Korach and his followers are described in the Torah as being Anshe Shem, men of renown. What's interesting is that we don't find that description anywhere else in the Torah except for one place. And that's in the description of the Nephilim in the end of Parshas Bereshis, during the time, the generation of the Mabul, in which only Noach was saved. It was the Nephilim who were also responsible for the destruction of society that brought about Hashem's decision to get rid of the world and to bring the Mabul. We actually see a description in last week's Parsha of the Meraglim when they said that they saw such giants in Eretz Yisrael. They must have been the Bnei HaNephilim. They must have been the descendants of these Nephilim who were apparently giants. And did it mean that they were physically giant? Or does it mean that they saw themselves as being giant? Or people were in awe of them? Or people were in fear of them? So the Korban Ha'ani explains that the common thread between all of these people, the people who were with Korach and the Nephilim who caused the destruction of the world during the Dor HaMabul, the common thread between them is that they engaged in conflict and presented themselves while doing so as being altruistic, while in truth, their involvement was only because of their inflated egos. It was only because of their desire to flaunt themselves and what they were interested in, and they didn't care about anyone else. That's why they got involved with Machlokes. They presented themselves as, no, what do you mean? It's for a certain cause. They justified their embroilment in conflict as the need to stand up for what is right, for what's correct, what's truthful. But in truth, inside, they were far from altruistic. All they cared about was themselves. When we make the decision to get involved in some kind of argument, some kind of a conflict, we should do so very carefully, only after contemplating with a true internal analysis the potential consequences of our behavior. And if we do so, then we will know that we are engaging at least from a place of truth, a place of emes. And there are times that we need to stand up for emes. But many of times, it is our ego that leads us instead of the strive and the desire for justice and for truth to lead us. May we be zochet to have the siyata d'shmaya, the merit to be authentic and honest with other people and with ourselves. Thank you for listening, and have a good Shabbos.